Oh, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you get a look inside Rocket Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. These two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's going to have it build his first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. On play action, Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Bills at 9-6 now. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And some room to work. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Play action. Now it's Allen. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Allen looks to throw on second down. Being chased out left. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a gain of 35.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Now Allen. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's second down. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
A Big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Allen off the play fake. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Cam Smith in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. A 38-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills' opening drive yields 3. All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Ready.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. When you look at this Buffalo defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. And the books is a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he's going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3-and-out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
First down, here's Mitchell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready?
Off the play fake, Young. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Elijah Mitchell with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Bills 10, Dolphins 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
On 2nd down, Cook. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Dolphins 7.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Allen. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Cook following the penalty. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Allen. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. To the air, Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they're trying to preach. I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow, knocked him for a loss.
On 2nd down, Young. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. This complete to Lockett. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. This is 2nd and 8. On play action, Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here's a 2nd and 8. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Bills on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Allen going to throw. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. Here's Allen to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there's a bust in coverage.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Young's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Ready?
Young on 1st down. Open man is Higgins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here is 3rd and 5. In motion, Hill. He'll get it here as they run the end around. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
A 1st down throw for Young. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Down to the 10. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Flushed out right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Young's throw caught by Higgins. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Ready. Drill 3. Ready.
Young looks to throw on first down. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Ready. Ready.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And able to get this to the 31.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6.
Ready?
Once again, it's Mitchell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Young, he's going to change it up. Here's Young from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They dial a running play here with Hill. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, They've got to pay it off with some points.
Okay,
Now
ready?
2nd and 9.
5, 6.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing, Young. Another catch there for Waddle. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Young. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Elijah Higgins from a yard out. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Black ultra. Claws red. Ready?
Here's a toss coming right. And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within a score as the lead's cut to 8. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. They'll get this out wide to Boyd. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That catch for his career is number 589, so so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Throwing is Allen on third. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So that's CD an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Returning right back to Lockett. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Ultra. Go ultra. Ready?
Now a first down throw for Young. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And quickly they get to the line. On 1st and 10, Young. Did he get the feet down? Yes. Touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 26 yards. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
The Young's going to throw for this. Steps away to his left. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
And then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
75 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. And all the way home for the Bills touchdown. James Cook, 67 yards. And the Bills use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Young. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Young to throw. He's going to take another shot here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
Here comes 2nd down. Now Young. This is caught by Waddle. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. This Buffalo crowd letting them have it. 3rd down now. Young. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Kaiir Elam in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. And this is caught. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Bills 33, Dolphins 30.
.25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And this is going to be recovered by the Bills, and that should all but do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location.